Hello guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. Please, I would like you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell to get updated each time we post a video. Alright, in this video today we are going to be solving ANOVA, Analysis of Variance, and we'll be dealing with CRD, Completely Randomized Design, CRD. So this is your data here. You have been given data, you have been given treatments A, B, C, and D, and you are to, these are the values attached to it, and you have to find, you have to compute this data to do the analysis of variance. So let's jump into the video and see how it's going to look like. Let's see how you are going to be able to compute it. So you are given this data. So the first thing you are going to do is you are going to compute the sum of these values. So you are going to compute them on the column and on the rows respectively. So let's start with the columns. So in this column here, you are going to write J dot, sorry, this should be Y dot J. So if you sum up all of this, you are going to have 3, 2, 1, and if you sum all of this, you are going to have 3, 7, 9, and if you sum all of this, you are going to have 3, 2, 6. If you sum all of this, you are going to have 2, 2, 7. Alright, we are through with this sum on the column, so we'll go to rows now. You sum 58 plus 80 plus 49 plus 47. That is going to, so at this column here we are going to have y i dot. So at this column here, if you sum all of this, the first row you are going to have 2, 3, 4. You sum the second row, you are going to have 2, 3, 9. You sum the third row, we are going to have 2, 6, 3. If you sum the fourth row, you are going to have 2, 5, 4. And if you sum this last row here, you are going to have 2, 7, 3. Alright, so here now we are going to have the summation of I and J altogether. That means if you sum everything inside this, you are going to have 1, 2, 6, 3. 1, 2, 6, 3. Let's make this bold. Sorry. Let's make this bold. Sure, let's make all of this bold here because we are going to be making use of it. Control B. Control B. Alright, let's make all of this bold. So we are going to be making use of this. So now this number here, this figure here, is the summation of 1, 2, 3, 4, summation of these 4 numbers, or summation of these other 5 numbers here. If you sum all of this, it's going to give you this, and if you sum all of this, it's going to give you this. That shows that this number is the summation of every number here in this table. Alright, so that is the first step to do. So let's jump right into the proper calculation to know to solve this question particularly. Alright, in solving this question, the first thing, one of the first thing you are going to need is you are going to need your SS treatment, and you are going to need your SS total, and you are going to need your SS arrow, and you are going to need also your MS treatment. You are going to need also your MS arrow, and you are going to need your degree of freedom, which is T minus 1 for treatment, and then you have T into N minus 1 for arrow. This for treatment, this for arrow, and you also have Tn minus 1 for total. So these are the parameters you are going to be needing here, and also you are going to be needing your FCAR calculator, which is going to be equal to MS treatment over MS error. So let's write out these formulas. Now for SS treatment, the formula is summation from I equal to 1 to T. Then what we have here is Y ij square, you have y dot j, we have square here. This will divide by n minus summation from I as equal to 1 to t, and summation from j equal to 1 to n of y dot all of this squared, all divided by n. So this is your formula for this, and also this, the whole of this is also equal to CF, is referred to as CF. Alright, so this is the formula we're going to use here. Alright, so let's write out the formula for SS total. SS total is going to be equal to summation from I1 to T, and summation from J1 to N of Y I J squared minus summation from I1 to T, and summation from J1 to N of Y dot to bracket all square all divided by n, where capital N is equal to NT. So now for SS error now is going to be equal to SS total minus SS treatment. SS total minus SS treatment is equal to this. Now if we look at this here now, SS total minus SS treatment, discover that this one here will go with this one, so we'll be left with this and this, you'll be left with this and this. So from here now, this will give you from I1 to T of Y dot J squared all over N minus double integral from I1 to T and double integral from J equal to 1 to N of Y ij squared. So this is your formula for SS error. So for MS treatment is going to be equal to, for MS treatment you are going to have SS treatment all over T minus 1. Also for MS error you are going to have SS error all divided by T into N minus 1. So this is your formula for MST and MSE respectively. So let's also look at, okay, we already have the F calculated to be this, so let's look at how to solve the question more properly using those figures from our table and inputting them into our formulas to have our answers. Alright, let's jump into the calculation. So first of all, we'll be looking for we'll be finding our SS treatment, and our SS treatment, which is equal to summation from I1 to T of y dot j square all divided by n minus summation from 1 to T and summation from j 1 to n of y dot dot all square all over n. So let's look at this summation. So looking at this place here, we are going to be doing this in conjunction with our table. We're doing this. Let's look at our table again. It's called that you have seen this value here, which is y dot j. So we are going to be using these values here. We are going to be using these values that are here. We'll be squaring each of these values, square each of them and divide them by 4. 1 2 3 4. We'll square this and divide it by 1 2 3 4, divide them by 4. So let's look at how that is going to look like. Alright, so from here now, doing that now, that means if you do that correctly, you are going to be having, if you square all of those numbers and you add them, you are going to be having 411107 divided by 5 minus. Now let's look at this side here. Let's look at this side. I would like you to do that by yourself on the calculator. This is just going to be a guide to you on how to do it. So let's look at this one here. I told you this is also equal to CF. So let's look at this now. This is this number here, this figure here. We'll square this figure and divide it by NT, which is 1 2 3 4 times 1 2 3 4 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So we'll divide 1 to the square of 1263 by 20. So that is 1263 all square divided by 20. So let's see what we have here. This is going to give us 82221.4 minus 79. This is 9 here. 7975.8.45. So if you do this correctly now, it's going to give you 2462.95. so this is your SS treatment. Your SS treatment is equal to this. So let's look at the next thing. Let's look at your SS total. Let's look at your SS total. So the formula for SS total, we wrote it as I from 1 to T and J from 1 to N of Yij squared all over, sorry, there's no all over here, is it? Then we have minus double integral from 1 I1 to T, summation 1 I1 to T and summation J 1 to N of what? Of y dot dot all brackets square all divided by n, which is equal to nt. So this is what we have here. So this is going to be equal to, so for this place now, the whole of this place is actually a big calculation here. So the whole of this place, let's look back at our table. The whole of this place is going to be 58 square plus 80 square plus 49 square plus 47 square plus 52 square plus 68 square plus 70 square plus 49 square. All of these 20 numbers here, you will add their squares all together. All those 20 numbers, you add their squares all together. And if you do that correctly, if you if you do that correctly, you will have, if you do that correctly, you are going to have 83443 minus. Now we also look at this place here. We already have this place here to be what? We already have this place to be this. So we'll just pick up this value. Let's just pick up this value. So which is 7975.8.45. So this minus this, and if you do that correctly, you are going to have 3684.55. 3684.55. So this is your SS total. Alright, so let's look at the next thing, which is our SS error, which is equal to SS total minus SS treatment. So we know our SS total to be this 3684.55 minus our SS treatment to be 246.2.95. So what would that give us? If we do this correctly, you are going to have 1221.60. This is our SS error, 1221.60. This is our SS error. So we have found our SS treatment, we have found our SS total, and we have found our SS error. So let's move to the next thing quickly. Let's find our MS treatment. Our MS treatment is going to be equal to SS treatment all over the degree of freedom, which is T minus 1. So from our table we know that T is equal to 4, that is the A, B, C and D. Then the 4 minus 1 is going to give us 3. So our SS treatment, we have found it to be here. That is 2462.95, or divided by 4 minus 1 from our table, we are going to have 3. 4 minus 1, we are going to have 3. So if we divide this by this, we are going to have 820.98. This is our MS treatment. So quickly let's look at our MS error. Our MS error is going to be SS error all over T into N minus 1. So let's see, our SS error is 1221.60 divided by our T is what? We know our T to be 4, our N to be 20 minus 1. Sorry, our T is equal to 4 and our N is 5 minus 1. So that means we are going to have 5 minus 1, we have 4. Then you have 1221.60 divided by 16. 4 times 4 is 16. This 5 here is gotten from our table. So if we divide these two, you are going to have nothing but 76.35. So this is our MS error. This is our MS error. So let's look at our F calculated now. Our F calculated is going to be equal to, our F calculated is going to be nothing but equal to MS treatment all over MS error, which is equivalent to 820.98 divided by 76.35. So if you solve this, you are going to have nothing but 10.753. So this is what we have. So let's look at our ANOVA table now. We're going to look at our ANOVA table and compare our answer to the given value of F on the table. Alright, let's look at our ANOVA table for completely randomized design. So here we are going to have our source of variation. Let's have this like this, our source of variation. Then here we are going to have our degree of freedom. Then here we are going to have our SS, sum of square, and here we are going to have our mean square, and here we are going to have our F, calculated value of F. So under our source of variation, now let's look at our treatment first. So the degree of freedom for treatment, is T minus 1. So, and under our table now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 treatments here. So that means 4 minus 1, and our degree of freedom for treatment is going to be 3. So let's look at our SS treatment. From what we calculated, I've already done that calculation. Our SS treatment is equal to 2462.95, and our MS treatment is equal to 820.98. So okay, let's now look at our error. The degree of freedom for error is T into n minus 1, which is going to give us 16. So we have 16 here. That's from our table. So the n value are 5, and then this is our n value. The n value here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are 5, and our T treatment are 4. So that is what we have. So, and our SS error is equal to 1221.60, and our MS error is equal to 76.35. So now we have what is called the total here. So the total for degree of freedom is n minus 1, and I told you that n, capital N, is equal to NT. So we have T to be equal to 4 and N to be equal to 5. So NT is going to be equal to 20. So that means we have 20 here. We have 20 here under degree of freedom total. And under SS total, you can decide to add this and this, or you can also check what you had there when we calculated. Our SS total is nothing but equal to 3684.55. So this is our SS total, and that's what we have. So now let's look at our F calculated. This is equal to F calculated. I told you is MS treatment over MS error. So if we do this correctly, we are going to be having 10.753. We have already solved this. 10.753. So this is your ANOVA table. So the next thing to do now is to check your value, you are given. This value of F calculated you have gotten, you compare it with the F value on the F table to know if this one is less than that value of the F calculated, of the F tabulated, then you are going to accept the null hypothesis. But if this value is greater than that, you are going to reject the null hypothesis. So let's confirm and see how it looks like. Alright, comparing our answer of F calculated, F cal, which is equal to 10.753, to F tabulated, that is from 0.05 confidence interval to the degree of freedom, which is 3.16. On your F table, you are going to have 3.224. You are going to have 3.24. So comparing these two answers, now you discover that our F calculated is greater than F tabulated. So with this now we reject the null hypothesis. We reject the null hypothesis because the calculated value of F is greater than the tabulated value of X. So thank you. Please, if you like this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get updated each time we post a